So, today is Father's Day. We didn't have the fanfare. We didn't have the hype like we had last month for Mother's Day. As my friend Lincoln asked on his Facebook page, Father's Day is still a keep. Yeah, it's still a keep, Lincoln. It's still a keep, and I have to say that in my short time on this earth, with that annoying dog in the background, I have met and I know and I rub shoulders with. Yes, I am puffing my chest because I am proud to be associated with good and great men who are awesome fathers. I just want to celebrate all you wonderful fathers. However, that aside, my celebration, my joys aside, I want to get a little more serious and I want to let you guys in a little bit more. You might have known, because I've never kept it secret, the relationship that I have with my biological father. He wasn't there when I was younger, and then he came back around in high school and we tried to foster a good relationship. It has been up and down since then. He's a great guy. Like, I'm a lot like my father. And I love my father. There's never a time I have never loved my father, even when he was there. That's one of those things that will never change. Me just love him. You love somebody, and it doesn't have anything to do with the person you just love. So I absolutely love my father. However, I have forgiven him, or maybe not so completely now that I think about it. Maybe I didn't as much as I thought I had for those years when he was absent, even though I was trying to foster the whole art of moving on and being who we are in this moment and ensuring that what we create today will last a lifetime and we'll have that legacy for my children. And you know, we can look at it and laugh about their granddad, my dad. But I realized that I've been selfish. I realized that I expected a lot from my father. I realized that I wanted the world from him, but I was giving nothing in return. Bare minimum is what I was giving in return. And that came around to me when I had a conversation with my father maybe 2 or so nights ago. I hadn't spoken to him in a month or so, and I messaged him for something, and then he said, "Oh, me hear say you move go at all," and he sounded so hurt, and I felt so bad because I was not a good daughter. I did not tell my own father that I was relocating, yet I expected this man to show up and show off for me every single time. And I started looking at myself in general. I started thinking about all the things that I've done and said, and the things I have not done, and the things I have not said. And I started saying, you know, even though his love for me should not be dependent on what I do, what is it that I have done in our relationship to encourage him along the way, to remind him that, hey, you have a daughter over here, a daughter who loves you in spite of who you are. And I was pulling a blank. I was searching and I was pulling a blank, and I was disappointed in myself. I don't know if anybody can relate to my story, where you've had an absentee father for a while and then that father shows up, and even though you say you've forgiven the person and him, and even though you think you're trying to be a good child, it's almost like there's something in the back of my mind saying that I deserve this. I deserve the best father, and I do. And I should get it, and I don't have a role to play. And from the conversation, we disagree. I realize some of the unfair. Me want somebody to just be nice to me. I needed somebody to just love and trust me always. Somebody to almost jump when I say jump, and I was not doing the same thing. Then I realized that, you know what? He's hurt. Of course, he must remember the times that he wasn't there and how that must have impacted me. Well, him not even have to think about that, because me tell him say make me feel like crap. Me and him talk about it. We have that kind of relationship. So that is already on him. I was talking to him and then he was saying something and then he withheld. My father is not necessarily like that. I am not necessarily like that, especially with him. And he withheld what he was saying and I felt terrible. I felt like crap. And I was quiet for a little bit and I know he thought that I tuned out, but it was the fact that I finally tuned in. I finally, after 32 years, realized that I need to be a good daughter. I need to be a great person to my father. I can't just not be there and expect him to be and say, well, I'm his child. I didn't ask to be here. Well, that is true. I didn't ask to be here. I am here. And what kind of person am I? What kind of relationship do I want to forge with him? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? What kind of memories do I want to create with him? The ones where I'm constantly expecting things of him and not giving anything in return? Like what kind of person am I trying to develop into? That, me not even think and understanding, like it cut me to the core. I may say, I'm sorry. You might have tapped out when I was younger and you came back, and the truth is your way of fathering is not necessarily the way that I think fathering should be done. And you know what, that's fine. It's just like love. We all show love differently. And I do love you. And so to my father, Paulo Carr, you better watch this. I just want to say, I am sorry. Yes, I have forgiven you. And I just want you to know that I am trying. I am fighting my battles. I know you're fighting your battles. I know you're not perfect. I know that the missing time periods that we share by not sharing those times together is difficult. And it's hard to bridge the gap. And I know that sometimes I'm here and then there. And I'm sorry. I know you are nowhere near perfect. But perfection is not even what I'm looking for. I just want you to know that I love and I accept you for who you are. I'm grateful for the fact that at 16, you came back. And even though you never keep all of your promise them, you hung around, you stuck around. And even though you've not necessarily shown me love the way I accept love, you've shown your version of love. And I want you to know that I received it. And I'm grateful. And I want to reciprocate. So to my father, Paulo Carr, I want to wish you a very, very, very happy Father's Day. Keep working on you. I'm just going to keep working on me. And hopefully we can keep being friends. Because at this point, that's very important to me. We can keep being friends. And then at one moment, I'll realize that you've morphed into the father that I've always dreamed of. And I, the daughter, you've always wanted. Comment bit down below and let me know the kind of relationship that you share with your father, if you want to be open about it. Yeah, that's it for today's video. Happy Father's Day. And my father is calling. So I want to take it. Goodbye. Happy.